Hello, everyone. Welcome to Los Hijos del Rol for this episode of, well, not an episode. I'm used to saying episode, but this is just a standalone game organized through the GauntletCon convention of Damn the Man, Save the Music by Hannah Schaefer. And we're going to be playing it for a one shot. I'm going to tell you all about this game. What is it about? I'm going to explain everything. And of course, if any of you Spanish speaking people who watch my channel sometimes say this, yeah, this is going to be in English. Sorry. But to begin with, why don't we all introduce ourselves? And I may start as well. My name is Angel. My pronouns are he, him. Who wants to go next?
I'll jump in. I'm Patrick. I go by he, him, and I'm a member of the Gauntlet, and I enjoy tabletop games.
Nice.
I'm Adam. My pronouns are he, him as well. This is my first game on the Gauntlet in general, and also for GauntletCon 2018.
Oh, that's super cool. And so that's great. I hope I make a good impression.
I trust you.
If not, don't blame the Gauntlet, blame me.
I'm Lou. I use he, him pronouns. I've had the perfect amount of sleep and I'm all juiced up on coffee and I've just had breakfast. I managed to get up more than 3 minutes before the game started. And
that's amazing.
Ready to play.
Yeah, it must be, it is early back there, wherever you are.
Yeah, you'll probably see the sun come up in the window there in like maybe half an hour.
Holy crap.
And then will we be able to hear the birds saying good morning to you?
You'll hear hopefully only the wild birds. I've covered my pet lorikeets up with quite a heavy blanket, so hopefully not like smothered them, but I've covered the cage with like a heavy blanket, so hopefully they'll sleep through it all. Everyone on the Gauntlet that I play with is used to my birds being like really noisy.
Great. So to begin with, I'm going to do kind of the introduction of the game. I'm going to do the cards thing, which is a technique basically to introduce a game, talk about the important stuff that we need to know before we start playing and all that. So the first is the concept. This game is about playing the employees in an indie 90s record shop that opened back in the 70s and has been really close to closing since then, basically. And right now with the big record stores coming to town, all the independent places are going out of business, and this one is very close to do it as well. And the only hope we have to save it is through the signing one of the big I used to be big star is going to come sign records here, and if we can make enough money today, we may be able to save this shop. So that's kind of the concept. 90s nostalgia, but really a little bit of a 90s that never were. When we talk about music and all that, so it does reference to movies and that kind of stuff. So we don't try to worry about coming up with the cool bands and comparing notes and all that. We are going to basically come up with names for bands as we go, and they'll become canon immediately, and that's it. We don't have to remember any of that, especially for those of us who during the 90s were busy trying to learn how to walk.
I was a teenager in the 90s, so that was like my sweet spot, but I'll just make shit up anyway.
Yeah. The aim of the game, or the aim of you as players, is basically save the shop, and in the meantime, if you have time, be cool with your friends and achieve your dreams. So easy peasy. the tone of the game is a little bit by default it's a little bit of lighthearted nostalgia kind of thing, but with there can be some dark stuff, some real like drug addiction, uh, capitalism ruining your life, all those kind of things. But if you do you have any like preference? Do you want something more lighthearted? Do you want it to go into the dark stuff, somewhere in the middle?
I like to imagine, considering it's 90s, a little bit rebellious, kind of like, lighthearted, like you said, but still just edgy enough for it's along those lines of, oh, it could dip into darkness, but not that be the focus of it.
Yeah. Fuck the system, stick it to the man, and party, I guess.
That sounds great.
Yeah. It's a really
I like that too. I like the funny, but the characters still feel real sort of
Perfect.
deal.
I love that. And in terms of subject matter, as I said, the game may deal with some stuff like drugs, alcohol, some sexual content, maybe even characters dealing with suicidal thoughts of the person, if we really want to go into that. So to be able to feel secure and confident and have fun while we do it, we may use a few techniques or tools to be safe and feel safe. I propose to use two, which I usually use, which is the X card on one side, which for those of you who don't know, being the players or the spectators, it's basically if at any point during the game there's something that you don't want to appear in the game at all, that you want to take out completely, just cross your hands, say X card, write it on the chat, whatever feels better for you, and that goes out and we never address it again. And on the other hand, if you are okay with something coming up but you don't want to go into details, we can use the Fade to Black, which is a tool I love because it's a great Metallica song. So you just say, "Can we fade to black on this?" And we move to the next scene, and that thing happened, but we don't go into details, and that's that. Are you okay with that? Do you like those two? Is there anything you want to add?
They both sound great to me.
Perfect. And of course, these are tools. If you're okay with talking about it, during the game, that's always an option. Great. So now we are going to start playing properly. And what we're going to do first is I'm going to attempt to read something out loud, which maybe let's see how that goes. If you give me a second to find it. Set up the big day. Yeah. So imagine that for some reason for this indie movie they only have budget to hire a weird Spaniard with a really thick accent for the narrator, and so that's all you get. So, welcome to Revolution Records, the kind of place that's been on the verge of closing since opening day. Located down that little side street in the part of town your mom doesn't want you to visit. We all know City Emporium has been sniffing around, looking to turn this place into a corporate boy band vending machine. If we don't settle up with the landlord this month, we're out, and the Emporium is in. We've got one chance to keep the music playing. At 11 a.m. tomorrow, the big shot will walk through these doors, and half the town will be here to get shitty signatures on their shitty records. If we can sell every one of them a CD, that's enough to float us for another year. So the question is, can we make it through just one day with a huge fucking disaster? So yeah, that's the premise of the game. And what we're going to do first is you are going to create your characters. For that, if you go to the link I sent you for the Google Drive folder, which you should be able to see on the chat. If not, let me know. But does everyone not have it? So yeah, there's an Excel document or whatever Google calls it called Damn the Man, Save the Music. There you'll be able to find the character sheets for your characters, and that's for now. That's what you are going to start filling up your character information. So also important, before I forget, the other document is a PDF which contains, among other things, the archetypes for your character. There's a number of archetypes. You have to select one for your character, and that's actually the first thing we're going to do. So I'm going to go through each archetype. I'm going to read a little bit out loud about them, and then you can decide which one you like the most. I'm not sure, but I think you cannot repeat an archetype, so you have to pick different archetypes, and it's probably better for a one shot. So,
can I say something real quick?
Sure.
I kind of have problem reading the screen for a long time, so I printed some of the stuff out, but I only printed 2 of the archetypes, so I have a character and a backup character. I just wanted to put it out there while you were listing them in case, so I could make sure I got one of the 2 archetypes that I printed out instead of having a digital one.
Sure. Which one did you get?
I chose the troubled artist or the local rock star.
Sure. So yeah, we'll make sure that at least you get one of those.
Cool.
So we have the flirt, which is close with everyone, but how do they really feel? They view others as boxes to unlock, and they say the thing that everyone else is afraid to say. We have the local rock star. They are too cool for school. At their best, they are at their best when putting someone else in the spotlight, and can make anything seem intentional. We have the aspiring poet, perhaps too naive for their own good. They help others feel beautiful, and they find hidden poetry in their work. We have the troubled artists, are always looking for people who get it, connect with people through art, and cuts through the bullshit to the truth. And we have the brain, too in their own head to freak out, even when everyone else does. Loves geeking out over a common interest, and makes simple tasks overly complicated. We also have the overachiever. It's a mystery how the overachiever gets it all done, has trouble trusting other people's abilities, and is always taking on way too many things at once. And lastly, we have the space case. Often grapples with simple concepts, always trying to bring people into their worldview, and occasionally and suddenly decides to seize the moment. So, what are you interested in so far? You have any ideas?
I'll let Adam pick one of his 2 if he wants to stick with that physical sheet.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'll be the troubled artist. That was the one I preferred of my choices.
Perfect.
And then Lou, since you are the real to life local rock star, I'll let you pick. I'll pick something afterwards.
Yeah, I think I'll steer away from that so I don't get too much bleed. Yeah. I think I'll get a different type of bleed by being the poet.
Nice.
Yeah, and the one that pretty much described me to a T was the brain. So I don't want to play that. Let's go with let's go with the overachiever. I'll play the overachiever.
Cool. Nice.
Check out my shirt. Underachiever.
Nice.
They're a local punk band.
Cool. So on the character sheet, you have fill in the first row. The first row, write your name, your player name. So let's say Patrick gets the first row by the left. Adam gets the second one, and Luke gets the third one. That's okay?
That's fine. Oh, were you meaning the columns? Like the up and down columns?
Sorry?
Were you talking about like the columns? We're going to just work our way down the column?
Yeah.
Okay.
Words.
So you want me to take Lou? I'll take column C.
Yeah, that one. Exactly. Okay, so once you have your archetype, you can decide on your name, which can be just a first name or a nickname, your age. Usually you'll be somewhat a teenager, but you could be older as well. And how long had you been an employee of the record store? Like 1 hour, 3 months, 3 years, 10 years, whatever. And well, after that, you can pick your dress. So describe your dress in the most 90s way. And your tunes, which can be like a style of music. There's like a list of styles of music like neo soul, G-funk, grunge, Britpop, post-industrial, new metal, street pop, folk rock, single song. I don't know. There's a few others. J-pop, sincere woman with guitars, bluesy jam bands, the classics, boy bands, and also it's not in the books. But if you want to add Swedish death metal or second wave Norwegian black metal, you can also do that.
The character that I had as my backup that I didn't choose was a black metal purist who hated new metal. But once you started and you said that you were a metalhead, I was like, oh, I feel like a phony if I talk about metal when there are people here who really know more than me.
That would be absolutely okay. Remember that you can come up with whatever bullshit you want. Okay, so hip hop.
Yeah, I was gonna put hip hop and new metal. Then I heard your tone when you said new metal, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna anger the GM.
It's fine. They are not all terrible. Okay, so once you are done with that, so the next step is selecting your goal. I believe in the PDF, if I'm not confused. You have a list of goals. So just pick one. If you haven't played, especially if you haven't played this game before, it's better you pick one. If you happen to if you had played this game before and you would want to create your own goal, you could do that as well. So this is basically something your character wants to achieve today. So becoming a millionaire, probably not achievable, but getting to a new band or kissing your crush or something like that, maybe. Nice.
That's perfect for the overachiever too.
Perfect. So yeah, I think that's basically most of the cut. So now we basically you we be, each of you is going to introduce their character, talk a little bit about it, the things they've chosen, and any details, any other details you want, any other thing you want to tell us about it. So since we are going to follow, we are following this order. Patrick, do you want to start?
Sure. Let's see. I am playing Sven.
Nice. I love
S-
that name.
Sven is not like Scandinavian in that nature, or Norwegian in that nature, or Baltic in that nature. Sven was just named that because his parents were from that area, or has heritage from that area. But Sven is an overachiever. Got straight A's and graduated high school. Not at the very top of the class. Wasn't like the valedictorian because didn't do enough like community work and extracurricular stuff to be voted that when graduating high school. But was pretty smart and always got A's just because he worked so hard at it. It's not like he's naturally brilliant or smart and is able to get good grades like that, but worked his ass off to get straight A's in school. And since graduation, he's gone to the local community college, take some core classes, and realized that he should have been doing more when he was in high school. So like he's joined all these clubs. Like he doesn't even like playing chess, but is part of the chess club and has this job and like is like a dog walker on the weekends and is part of the rowing club and all these different clubs and stuff. Just has so much going on 24/7. It's like, when does this dude ever sleep? Pretty clean cut guy, is always wearing collared shirts, polo type shirts, and khakis. As far as nice shoes, he usually just roams around in sneakers because he's always on the go. He's at a point working at the record shop. He's been working there since he was 17 and thinks that he shouldn't just be a normal employee. He probably wants to be management, and thinks he can clean this store up. And damn if any big corporation is going to shut it down, because he's going to set it straight.
Great, amazing. So next one, Adam, could you tell us about your character?
Yeah, my character's name is Erica. She's a troubled artist. She's 18, so she's like just about to or just has graduated high school, depending on when our story is taking place. But she is a painter. She paints fantasy settings, so dragons, unicorns, wizards, the kind of like airbrush stuff that you would see on the side of a van.
Yes.
Kind of that style of artwork, which when she would draw that in art class in school was sort of rejected. Even though she clearly has talent, it wasn't an art that was considered fine art or anything that was also like commercially viable. So she sort of decided to try to get this job at the record store to maybe be closer to an industry where her art would be appreciated by people like her, who would come home after school and listen to Led Zeppelin and like smoke a joint and paint. People who would appreciate that kind of avenue of creativity. And ideally, she hopes that could transition into something like making record covers or heavy metal magazine or some kind of way to monetize her work. She's also a little bit brash because she's kind of so into this world and her own creative output that she doesn't always make deeper emotional connections with the people she interacts with. And she kind of has a tendency to be a little bit blunt because of that disconnect.
Perfect. How does it look?
she's kind of scrawny. She has like long blonde hair, but she always has it up so she doesn't get paint in it. There's still like a little bit of paint in it, no matter how hard she tries. She'll wear like plain white tees that she airbrushed like creatures on, so it looks cool, or like tie-dye stuff. Always underneath this kind of like black leather jacket that's the only like contrast to her image that she ever implements.
Amazing. Finally, Lou.
All right. So I am playing Edwin or Eddie. He's an aspiring poet. He's a little bit older than the others. He's 25, so been working at the record shop for 7 years now. He dresses in a the whatever is on the floor already kind of style, like creased up, crumpled clothes, like just jeans and a t-shirt and no shoes. Has the careless 90s grunge, like messy haircut, just working out perfectly for him. Yeah, I think he's kind of I guess so focused on his poetry and seeing poetic or beautiful things in the world that he's probably hasn't grown up very much yet, so he should be able to interact with the teenagers pretty nicely. I may be thinking, I don't know, he's probably got some sort of like more senior position at the store that he probably shouldn't have because he doesn't really know what he's doing. Yeah, and I think he probably also has some sort of zine section in the like in the record shop as well that he's like taking care of. Yeah, I think that's it so far.
Perfect. So the next step is creating relationships among characters. So among you, each one of you gets two relationships with other characters. So everyone with everyone, basically. And relationships are usually something simple, like friend, cousin, or something like that. And then you add something to make it interesting, like friend you've known since you were like really young, or something of that sort. New best friend I want to impress. Your pot dealer, something like that. So I don't know. Do we have a place to? Yeah, we have a place to put the relationships, I think. How to make it work? Yeah. So yeah, do you have any of you that have any idea already for this kind of thing?
So are we writing these out kind of like bonds in Dungeon World?
Basically,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, and of course we can talk it out. You can talk it out with the other player, that kind of stuff.
I was thinking perhaps with Erica that Edwin wants to collaborate on beautiful artworks together in a perfectly innocent way. But maybe it's like, how do you feel about that, Adam?
So I like the potential that the relationships might not be reciprocated, because I think if that was your relationship to mine, that's really good. But I think
that's totally what I want it to be.
Erica's kind of like isn't super interested, but they work together, so she's just kind of like.
I was planning on being way over the top about it, and you not being that into it. So that's cool.
Yeah, relationships can be like one-sided. Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah. Sweet.
So for for Sven and Eddie. I think Sven likes Eddie as a person, but thinks Eddie's a terrible employee.
So how would you write that? Like a good friend, terrible worker, or something like that? Terrible employee.
Yeah.
Mm,
There we go.
cool.
Adam.
So Sven, you're our character. Oops, sorry. I apologize. My dog's right here. It can kind of distract me. We're up close to the same age, so I think maybe we knew each other from school. So I would kind of have. I imagine that Erica didn't have a lot of social bonds in school. Probably knew who people were, but didn't get terribly close. So, especially if you were someone who was like working super hard at school, we maybe don't have a close relationship, but we know each other. Maybe our like families or like neighborhood friends. You know, when you are growing up and you kind of just interact with people because they live close to you.
This is with Eddie.
This would be Erica and Sven.
Oh, Erica. Yeah. Sven. Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you put that? How does Erica actually feel about Sven?
I'm thinking there's like a quiet respect. Like we grew up together, and also you're someone who like sets a goal and then figures out a way to do that goal, which is something that Erica would admire, but maybe not totally be understanding of how to do it herself.
Okay. Yeah, so that makes sense. So like Erica respects Sven's work ethic would be.
Yeah, but also because just the way she is, she might not be like super forward about that.
Okay. Yeah, and I think on the other side of that, I think Sven thinks Erica is wasting her talents.
But what is the relationship there? That's what you think about it. But what is the relationship component about it?
I think
Well, the way it was described, it's like more of an acquaintance. It's not like we're friends and we hang out together.
Yeah, that
I
kid
wouldn't
from
say
down
we're
the
friends.
block or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like grew up in the same neighborhood. I think is adequate.
Cordial, but not like friends.
Sure.
I've called my relationship with Erica an unrequited friend crush. I've got one with Sven as well, which is Sven needs to take a chill pill.
Perfect.
But what would be your relationship with him?
Yeah,
is he like a co-worker or?
I think it's it sounds mean, but I think it's I think Edwin is friends with everyone, so I think he's like it's like a he's like, hey, this kid's cool. He just needs to relax a little bit. So I'd say it's probably new friend. Like neither of them have been working. Oh yeah, he's been here for 2 years. I think maybe they're friends.
Yeah, I was viewing it as friends, but
yeah, and he knows him well enough now to start trying to help him improve his character.
Great. So I think we have all our relationships, right? Cool. So now we get to create the boss, your boss, and the big shot. So we're going to do that by answering questions in order going around the table, the metaphorical table, and answering questions. So first of all is the boss. Let's start with Lou this time. What does everyone call the boss?
Ooh.
Yeah, he or she.
So this is a nickname that we all call the boss.
Yeah. If you like, if you want to let someone else answer it, if like, feel free to.
No, I got something. Let's say no, I don't have anything good.
Does any of you have
pass
any
it along?
Yeah, I think like our boss is like this huge like music like super nerd. Like really knows everything about like all music ever. So like maybe we just call them like teach or something like that, something along those lines.
The teach. Yeah,
Rad.
the teach. I like it. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that.
Nice. So what is their management style?
I think if there's someone who's actually interested in music and like cares, that they try to maybe be more of our friend than they do to be like a structured boss. So the management style is like cool uncle or cool aunt, like
no, I love
like
that.
trying really hard to be cool.
Well,
Yeah,
Edwin's
cool
been
uncle.
here for 7 years and he's a terrible worker, so that would seem to ring true.
Yeah. I imagine like the kind of guy that when he arrives like to the shop, he gives the fingers to everyone. Like
Yeah.
And they're also hiring like artists and stuff, a lot of artists and stuff, I
Yeah.
guess. So
Yeah, a lot of like super weird niche artists who no one likes.
Yeah, like it's like teach, yeah, I'm not gonna make it in today. Well, this is your 5th day missed in the last month. It's all right, I'll see you tomorrow.
yeah, my band's got another gig. I can't work today. But isn't your band playing at nighttime? Yeah, but I gotta like rehearse.
Amazing. How do they dress? Lou, do you have an idea?
I'm picturing how long's this store been operating for? It said in the introduction.
Yeah,
like,
since the 70s.
Yeah, cool. I think I guess I totally want them to still be in the like flares and like, well, can we make the boss a woman?
Sure.
Yeah, I think like big bell bottoms, maybe the yeah, that kind of crossover from hippie into disco.
How would you describe that?
Well, I think it's got all of the big, like the ridiculously big flares and like that big style, but maybe with like a whole bunch of like jewelry and that kind of stuff as well.
It's kind of flashy.
Yeah.
I'm imagining like those flared collared blouses and wide cuffed pants, kind of form fitting, and the hemp jewelry with beads and
and like heaps of like floral patterns, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so something like disco hippie.
Yeah, totally disco hippie.
Nice.
which is exactly what I just Googled. If you Google it, you get heaps of awesome disco hippies.
So do that probably, actually. Let's see. Oh, okay. Okay. It is a thing.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, this is perfect. Great. Okay, and the next one is what are they really like below the surface, on the inside, man?
I think they got to be a little bit like, I don't know what the word for this is, maybe, but like they know they're maybe not doing a great job, but they don't know how to do better. Like clearly they could see that the business is failing, and maybe it's because they just treat everyone like their friends and they don't know how to run a business. So maybe that kind of bothers them. Like, what could I do to make this work, but not hurt anybody's feelings? I guess kind of conflicted maybe is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, like she wants to be cool with everyone, but also she wants to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that realization is we lost Pat. That realization that the business is failing, I guess, is rubbing up against the their nature to treat everyone like well and in like a friend, I guess.
Nice. Like it. But I'm going to write it down while Pat comes back.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Chrome decided it wanted to crash on me.
Oh yeah, just a public service announcement about my internet. It dropped out for 2 5-minute periods yesterday, which it doesn't normally do. So if I disappear briefly, I'll almost certainly be back again. I've just got to go punch the modem.
Yeah, for some reason my Chrome is like Eddie in this game, working too hard and it wants to crash.
Doesn't know how to do its job.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chrome is too greedy. Takes too much memory. Okay. Yeah, so I think I have an idea about her. So wants to be cool with everyone, but needs to fit. Needs to eat as well. I guess we need. Well, we don't really need a name. She's the teach, I guess, for overall view. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I can't imagine we would call her real name if that's if we have that kind of relationship. So
so the next is the big shot. This is the used to be big star who's going to come to the record store to sign the records and make you feel dead inside for selling out a little bit. So the big shot, what went wrong in their career?
It's got to be too much cocaine, right? I'm assuming they're from the 80s. Too much cocaine and the behavior associated with taking too much cocaine.
Too much cocaine, the wild lifestyle, and thinking they're still relevant.
I was going to suggest too, because a lot of us have already voiced that we like heavy music, to have it be like an older metal like character, like an Axl Rose or something, who's kind of just burnt out. That falls in line perfectly.
It's like you either go the Metallica way and go to rehab and have therapy and get a family and become boring, or you just like become a shadow yourself who never changes, and it's really, really sad. And I think this is the former.
Yeah, I think this is a person that like never really went to rehab. It's just like the act is old now. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they became Ozzy Osbourne way too young. Like old, they became old Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah. As a curiosity, Ozzy Osbourne, that voice he has is not because he's like the drugs or anything. That's just his accent from where he is. That's a British accent. But I used to think until very recently that's something that happened to him. But no, that's just his accent.
Yeah, he kind of always talked like that, but he's still a bit drug addled, I think.
Yeah. Too much cocaine, too much party, too much ego, we could say. Great. Should be writing those. What's their stage name? When imagining that this is going to be some kind of hair metal kind of dude, like Axl Rose or something like that.
The name definitely needs to have an X in it if it's a hair metal member.
Yeah, I was thinking either an X or a Van, you know, to refer to like the Van Halen sort of thing.
Or like I'm thinking of like a name like Roxy McNeil.
Yeah.
Roxy is great.
Yeah.
Me think of Roxy Music, one of my most hated 80s bands of all.
So Roxy, do we have a surname? Roxy or just Roxy?
Yeah, I think they had a surname. Like I said, like McNeil, but it could be like anything.
I like the idea. I like that it's McNeil, but on stage he's just Roxy.
Right,
Like,
right.
it's not that cool of a last name, so he tried to shed it, but it didn't really like people know it.
Cool. So I'm going to write that down. Roxy McNeil. Nice. So I guess it's a he.
I guess it doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be really. Whatever we want.
Maybe a Bowie-esque metal star that has the whole like gender like
That could be a
fluidity
thing. We
going
don't
on.
have just because the past was shitty, we don't have to be. So
Yeah. And Bowie got away with it. Just people didn't really know what the hell was going on to like be offensive about it yet. They're like, this guy's cool. He looks awesome.
I like it. I love it. Yeah. So let's go with is they probably they then. So they nice.
So they can be gross and sleazy with everyone. Maybe if they're bi. Not saying all bi people are gross and sleazy, just I reckon this guy's going to be gross and sleazy.
So what do they look like?
I think they have to have sunglasses on at all times. Like indoors, they're
Yes.
the lights are too bright. They always have sunglasses on.
They look like a hungover, cracked out Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
Yes. Well. Yeah, like they have all these fancy clothes, like a spaceman clothes, but also like pretty old and full of like stains. He's like they are like really pale, probably.
I just found this great image of Ricky Rocket, who I think is the drummer from Poison. I gotta share it with you guys because it just looks so great. I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, Poison, my god.
Also, could somebody link to me the
Yes.
Can somebody put the link for the Watch Together and the Roll for Your Party back in there? I still have Roll for Your Party, but not the Watch Together, I don't think.
Yep.
I've got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah. So yeah, I get that. I get the idea. Big hair though. Really, really terrible. Like I don't even know how to describe their clothes, but yeah, this is perfect. Amazing.
Kind of like a glam hobo, a little bit.
Oh yeah, that goes in the category.
glitter hobo.
Yeah, I think Glam Hobo just totally nails it.
Yeah.
Glam Hobo with designer sunglasses.
Hi, buddy.
And lastly, what do they want out of this day? What are they trying to achieve?
My gut is just like a quick payday. I don't think they're trying to like revive their career or anything.
Yeah, make back all of the money that they wasted on opiates and and cocaine and stuff. Kind of like what the Red Hot Chili Peppers are like now. Like, oh no, all our money gone on heroin. We need to make really crap music now so that we can make all our money back.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. Just doing whatever to get paid.
Payoff.
They seem like the kind of person who like charges for autographs even. Like,
Oh yes.
this is not a free event.
No, not at all. So how do they call the people who are trying to cast a dev from you, like the
that are trying to what? Sorry,
cash a dev from you, like make you pay your debt.
Oh, like
a loan shark.
Yeah, loan shark.
Yeah.
Keep away the loan sharks. And pay for the drugs. And that sums it up.
If they're coming out of the 80s, they probably owe like a record company like hundreds of thousands of dollars as well. Like they've got a bill from the record company.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like I thought all this stuff was free. Like
they got a deal to do like another album, like 7 more albums they never did.
Yeah, and all that fronted money is just poof.
They've just been releasing greatest hits after greatest hits and live concerts to try fill out their albums that they agreed to do.
Great. So that's most of it. The last thing we are going to do, and then if you want, we can do a pause or we can wait a little bit. But we have to decide the first trouble the shop is going to face. In this game, there's 4 categories of trouble the shop is facing. Each one has a level. One of them is going to start at level 3, which is worrying but not a catastrophe yet, more or less. The others start at level 1, and they'll go up and up as the game goes, and you'll have to try to keep it low. Because if we end the game and one of the troubles is at 5, the store has to close. So let me reset the troubles. Actually, we have community, money, morale, and the boss. So now we are going to figure out which one is going to be the first trouble we have to face. So to do that, we are going to go to roll to your party. One of you is going to take a card or get a card out. So who wants to do it?
I'll do it. Just one card.
Yep.
Do I need to enable it hidden or just draw it?
No. Yes. You can show it to everyone else.
All right. Clubs. 5
Clubs. So that means community. Some kind of trouble with the community. I'll figure out what that means. So that starts at level 3. and everyone is at level 1. So the community. I talk with the community. Oh well, yeah, of course. I think the there's events. The Association of Mothers Against Satanic Music got wind of heard that this guy that Roxy was coming to town, and they've heard the stories. They know the debauchery and partying and drugs and all that. They know their fame. So of course they think they're going to turn everyone else into like satanic, orgy obsessed metalheads. So they're going to be there. So yesterday they put like a posters everywhere saying like join the manifestation, protest the we don't want Satan get out of town, that kind of stuff. And so they're going to be picketing or having a manifestation outside the shop today. So that's going to be our first trouble. Let me write it down. Satan protesting. Okay, so that's yeah, we have Sepultura in the playlist. That's the only metal, like kind of hard metal song I allow myself to put there. I don't want to alienate anyone with black metal, death metal, something like that.
I was just about to add a Pantera song in there.
That fits out well. Put Walk or something like that. Everyone likes that song. So if you want, we can do a pause here, or we can wait a little bit and do it later. What do you think? Pat, we cannot hear you right now for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I had my mic mute. Yeah, I could use a 5 right now just to get up, move around a little bit.
That'd be great for me.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to do a 5 minutes pause, and after that we'll start playing basically. So I'll see you everyone in a bit.
Yeah, thanks for that. I ran a game at just before this one, so I felt like I was sitting down a lot. I needed to get up, move around.
Yeah, I get that.
So for like the watch together, I think I figured out how to add to the playlist. If you
Nice.
go to the top search bar and
Yeah.
you put in a YouTube link, it'll pull it up, and then you just hit the little
Nice.
add.
So yeah, feel free to add songs, play them.
I just added 1 million to the bottom of the playlist. Not 1 million.
Oh yeah.
But like
Oh yeah.
getting nostalgic.
Nice. Okay, so we are all back.
Yeah,
Are we ready to start playing?
I'm good.
Right. So I'm going to explain a little bit of how the game works in general. So first of all, we're going to do introduction montage. So this is like a small scene in which we'll see how your characters come to the shop, and we'll see a little bit of them. How do they interact? What do they do? Just to get to know them a little bit while we play one of the songs, and then we start playing properly. Play is divided in 3 phases. The introduction, I don't know what they call the other stuff. Act 1, Act 2. Yeah, here it is. Act 1, which is the opening scenes. Act 2, which is the big event scenes, and Act 3, which is the closing scenes. During each act, each of you gets to play, gets to be the main character, gets to have their own scene. Each of you has one scene per act. During these scenes, you kind of tell us what your character is doing, what are they trying to achieve. There's like different options. We'll get into that. And once we want to resolve the scene, we roll the dice. During the scenes, other players can interact with you, other characters can interact with you. You can, but whoever is the spot players at the time, the spot player at the time is the one who is kind of in charge and the one we follow. And after all these acts are done, we do a closing scene again to see how things turn out. So for the introduction, for the montage introduction, let me get this. Yeah, blah blah blah. The opening montage, here it is. We are going to be listening to Everlong by Foo Fighters. So I'm going to start playing that now. And feel free to adjust the volume if it's too loud for you. We see the streets of a small town in the 90s we cannot remember, but probably have forgotten already a lot. We see the sun coming out in the horizon, and we see people starting walking through the streets, going around. We see young kids going to school on their bicycles. We see some guys running to take the bus to get to work. A few teenagers skipping class to a smoke pot. A guy with a guitar on the back going somewhere, probably to play in the street to get some money to pay the bills. And in one of these streets, in a corner, we see the facade of this of the Revolution Records, this old shop that has been here since ever, has barely changed. Just a lot of stickers and posters and graffiti has been painted on top of it. So we see a big and in the window of the shop we see this big poster, handmade, saying "Meet Roxy tonight." Record signing for everyone, and really small in a corner, like $5 per person. And who's in charge of opening the shop today?
Go ahead, Adam.
I think I'm
say...
probably supposed to do it, but I'm not there yet when whoever's meant to get their second turns up.
I like that. I am showing up and I try to open the front door and it's still locked because I don't have the key. I was waiting for you to unlock it. But I also kind of like, as the door is jammed, I look to my side and I see those like Mothers Against the Devil posters all taped over our store walls, and I just kind of start doodling on them while I wait for the keys.
If you try the door, I probably forgot to lock it when I was leaving last night.
Yeah, the store is closed. Like everything is shut down. There's no lights or anything, but the door is open.
Yeah. There's a homeless man sleeping inside the shop because he leaned up against the door and found that it was open, so he got out of the rain in there.
Yeah, he basically sneaks in here every other night.
Yeah. Actually, Edwin probably has an arrangement with him that he leaves it open for him, just as long as he keeps an eye on the shop because he's a soft touch.
So yeah, you find the usual arrangement of a homeless guy who is sleeping just in the middle of the entrance of the shop. Just like when you go to open the door, you hit him with the door and you have to like push it.
It's a high-tech security system.
Yeah.
He's sleeping. You know how shops leave the empty cash register drawer like in the window so you can see that there's no money in the till. There's that there, and then there's this like nice old homeless man sleeping next to that.
So yeah, you make your way into the shop, and what's the first thing you do?
I'll turn on the lights. Obviously, I kind of like squeeze the old man's shoulder to wake him up. Like, this is not the first time I've seen him sleeping in the shop, and we kind of have a decent rapport. So I'm just like, hey, it's time to wake up. It's morning now. And then I just kind of leave them to their devices while I walk to the back and start to get things ready for the day.
Yeah, I imagine you turn on the music as well for the shop. Who's the next one who arrives?
I imagine Sven would probably be the next one to get there.
Yeah, totally.
So like Sven shows up and like peels out through the parking lot like is flying. And like skids into the parking spot and like jumps out of the car and has the keys for the shop, but then realized the shop's wide open because the homeless guy is walking out. And I'm like, I like roll my eyes. I'm like, morning, Mike. and just like walk past him and go into the shop. And I'm like,
Mike's totally heading out to busk with a nylon string guitar that only has 2 strings on it.
So like as soon as I step in the store, I'm like, Eddie. I'm like screaming to see if Eddie's around.
I shout from the back. I just kind of keep doing the work I'm doing and just go, he's not here.
And that's when I come out from the back of the shop where I've been sleeping because I recently got kicked out of my house for not paying the rent. And then I think I walk over to whatever music is playing and put this on instead.
So like, yeah, so I'm like, Eddie, what the heck, man? Teach called me this morning, said nobody answered the phone at the store. I had to like fly over to her house, get her keys, and come open up. And it's already this.
He's not listening. He's just dancing around the shop. He's like opening some of the windows and that to let like some morning air in.
So yeah, as each one of you does their thing, and yeah, this is really hard for me as well. That's their thing. I think this is when the teacher arrives finally, and she says, "Good morning, kids."
What's up, Teach? And I'm like putting the register in.
Yeah, she makes her way through the shop, looking around. She's like nodding to the music. She's not like super into this, but she's basically into anything that's half decent.
Yeah, so I'm just like, hey, Teach, and I like just toss the keys like across the store towards her because they're her keys. I had to go to her house, pick them up.
Yeah, she catches them, and she says, "Are you all ready? Remember that today is the big day."
If you want to call it a big day.
Hey, it is an opportunity to save this place.
Look, Teach, I'm saving this place. Come on now, Roxy. We can get it by better.
We really can't. You haven't seen I've been looking at the numbers. We really need this.
I'm sure we need it. I just wish we could have gotten somebody better. I mean, Roxy, I heard dude's a grade A douchebag.
All musicians are. It's okay. Doesn't matter. If people come, they'll pay, and we all get to play whatever music that we want and sell cool albums. And we can teach people about proper music afterwards.
Yeah, I think Edwin's got one of the posters of Roxy, and he's like with the hole in where the face is, and he's like behind the conversation.
Yeah. Anyway, you all get ready. I have things to do in the back. And I think that's kind of the end of the introduction. Now we start playing properly the first act, which is kind of all the things leading up to the big event. So I get to choose who does the first scene. So I'm going to say maybe Sven. We need to see how Sven is going to make all of this work and solve everything, because yeah, so the way this works is I'm going to tell you either as the boss or as the big shot once they are in their scene. I'm going to give you a task, and you have to tell me what you are going to do about it. And you have three options. You can either let's see if I can find the reference for this. Yeah, the big shot. Yeah, you can double down, which means you go directly to get the job done, and don't let anything else distract you. You can take a moment, which is set aside some time to make a relationship cool. By default, all your relationships are not cool. Either if you are, doesn't matter that you are friends or whatever. Right now, something happened recently. There's some reason of why things are not cool right now. So if you take a moment, you can take a moment to make a relationship cool. In which case your role will be harder. Or you can shoot for your goal, which is you're going to try to balance solving the problems, the problem with achieving your goal. Basically, you tell me which one you choose. We role play a little bit how you're going to go about it, and when the moment feels right, and we think that we need to resolve what happened next, then we go to roll. Is that okay? That's my so. I think the teach. As she is walking to the back of the shop, she stops in front of you, Sven, and she says, "Oh, by the way, Sven, this nice old lady called me this morning about some kind of manifestation or event that they want to make in front of the shop this afternoon. I was wondering, could you like call her or something so she doesn't, because I don't think that would be great. I don't know. I'm sure you'll figure something out."
Yeah, I guess I'll call them. Like, what do you want me to say?
I don't know. Just ask nicely, I guess.
Ask nicely for them not to come to the shop.
To protest, like if they want to come and buy some CDs, that would be great.
Okay.
Tell her that we'll she'll get I don't know, we'll get her something free. Figure something out. You'll figure out something. Okay, you have your number on the below the register.
All right. God. Okay. I'll see what I can do. Oh man.
So how are you going to go about this? Are you going to double down? Do you want to take a moment to solve one of your relationships? Do you want to work on your goal and kind of leave this aside? And one detail I should say is that working on your relationships and achieving your goal will give you the chance at the end will give you some extra options at the end that may allow you to decrease some of the problems and that kind of stuff. So it'll help you later on.
Okay. Yeah, I think perhaps Finn thinks this is like, all right, if I could do this for Teach, then maybe I could get that promotion. You know, it might not be a raise, but at least in like title. So I think that's working towards a goal.
Shoot for your goal. Okay, yeah. So now how are you going to do this? Like you are going to try to balance these two things out. Like, tell me what are you going to do, and if any other players make sense that interact with you, like feel free to do so.
Yeah, I'm like what I'm trying to do is do both. One, stop these people from protesting, and two, get them into the shop to buy like something. So yeah. That's like balancing.
I see. I can see that. Do you want to role play a little bit about that?
Yeah, we can. I could bring it up to the other two. Like perhaps the other two are like up at the counter or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I think I'm working cash register as kind of the de facto fill-in for Edwin, who was supposed to be doing it, but I just sort of assumed the role as Sven and I often have to.
What does Eddie do? Like, what is his job exactly? No one really knows.
Yeah, I don't think he actually knows. And I think also he's not in the shop again right now. He went out the front door probably to get everyone like coffee or something, like something nice. But he's meant to be here right now, but he's not.
Yeah, I think Edwin like people just view Edwin as like the mascot, like he's the mascot of the record store.
Okay, so yeah, you are walking to the counter, the register. Do you want to say something to Erica or?
Yeah. I'm like, Erica, look under the register and see if there's a phone number, for some random lady under there.
I think it's pretty easy to find. It's just like a sticky note with a phone number because there's no one else calls and leaves messages. So this is one message, and just kind of without even acknowledging it, I just peel it off of the table and kind of like hold it up for you to grab.
Yeah, and I like reach over and grab it. I'm like, I don't even know what to say to this woman. Like, they're coming to protest Roxy being here tonight. I mean, what do I even tell that person?
I might join them.
Yeah, I know, right? I feel like being out there protesting as well. But we can't do that. I mean,
I don't know. I think you'll figure it out. You kind of usually know how to handle this sort of thing.
so like I'm thinking they're protesting Roxy because like they think like Roxy's like some sort of devil, which I kind of agree with, but like I don't know, like maybe like you can draw like a picture or airbrush a picture of like one of our Christian artists and put it out there, and then like I'll invite these people over to the store first, and maybe they can see that we have like a Christian presence in the store.
So maybe we could cut to that if you want.
I think there's a shot. Like over my shoulder, and I'm already doodling like the opposite of that, like in his throne of skulls. And I was like, "Yeah, Christian, sure."
Attack cross. Okay, so it's not an inverted cross.
I just turned the sketchbook upside down. So it's a regular.
You literally just like have to draw. Paint the inverted cross and then turn it around because you don't know how do you not paint normal crosses. So yeah, you get your poster going, and if you want, we can cut to that moment of. I think this lady arriving at the store. You've talked with her over the phone. She didn't. She didn't seem very collaborative or happy or know what joy is. So I'm sure she'll fine. So yeah, see, you hear the sound of the door as an old, well, not really an old lady, like 50 something lady, blonde hair, cut short, just over the shoulders, very nice, clean looking, enters around like she's like with very careful, like she's walking through mines, looking around, like, oh my god, what is this place?
Yeah, like I imagine Sven was like doing some homework up at the counter and like looks up and obviously sees that this lady does not belong in this record store, and like yeah, runs up to her and is like, Miss Pinkerton, right?
Yeah, that's me, and you are
Yeah, I'm
Sven. Sven, yes.
Yes. We spoke on the phone earlier.
Yeah, I remember. You said you wanted to show me something, like that you are canceling this unholy event that is going to take place here, for example.
Well, we're not canceling the unholy event.
So it is unholy. You recognize that?
I recognize that some people don't act in their right mind and make stupid decisions in their life. But isn't that only for God to judge?
Well, isn't that's a little bit nihilistic, don't you think? I think we have the responsibility to judge previously. So then God's job is easier.
Yeah. I think the judgment is for God to make. People make mistakes, but they can they can take God into their heart later on in life and become better people.
So you are saying this deviant has become a religious person out of sudden?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, perhaps, yeah, perhaps. Let me show you to our beautiful Christian music section.
How do you actually have that? Like, do you have like a proper section?
Yeah, I think it's a section with like 4 albums in it.
And it's like a cardboard cutout that says Christian music on it that you just put there.
Yeah, it's like 4 albums, and I'm like hoping that Erica can bring her drawing or her airbrushing out at some point.
Yeah, I think it is that like classic movie bad timing where I get there the same time as you, and I put the big painting kind of at the back of the display, and it's exactly how you described. Like, if it's just an inverted cross that's right side up, so it still has like skulls and like black and silver kind of border with all these like thorns and like kind of tribal looking, but I just turned it upside down and left it there, and Miss Pinkerton and Sven are like watching me do it, and I just kind of gesture like it's finished and just turn and walk away.
Yeah, so I like look at Erica and I'm like, fuck.
So yeah, I think she's looking at the CDs and the inverted cross. And do you think it's right now a right moment to see what happens next?
Yeah, definitely. I want to see how Miss Pinkerton reacts to this.
So in that case, when you are shooting for your goal, normally this is how it works. You roll 1 white die. I roll 1 black die for each trouble that is above 3 or above, which in this case is 1 as well. And we roll them and we compare them basically. But when you're shooting for your goal, you roll 1 die as normally, and if you had marked a box in the progression for your goal, which you haven't yet, you will roll extra dice for that.
Okay.
And this scene is going to have 2 outcomes: 1 for your task and 1 for your goal. So you have to separate the dice for what you want to go to each. In this case, you only have your 1 die, so you have to choose just one, just either your goal or your or to solve the problem.
So I roll first and then choose, or do I need to choose before I roll?
I think before.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not like real confident that this picture is going to work on dissuading Miss Pinkerton from having her protest. So I'm aiming for the goal instead of aiming for the job, which was to stop the protest.
Interesting. Like we'll have to figure out how that works, but sure. In that case, I think I may roll first, and then you can roll. Let me see. Blue, green. There's no black, I think. I roll red, for example. And it's 1d6. And so bet. So that's a 2. That's not 2. That's pretty low. Basically, you need your aim is to get more than that.
Okay, so I roll 1 die or 2?
1 die. Right now, you only have 1 die.
Okay. And it could be like any color. I'll just
white or whatever, something different.
Clear. Okay, I'll do clear.
Yeah.
6.
Nice. That's a success. So you do achieve your goal, but the protest is going to happen. So
can I add a little like flavor that will probably help the protest to happen as I re-enter the scene? Is that okay?
Is that okay?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think this is when Edwin comes back in. You hear all this noise coming down the street, and the door flies open, and he's like carrying all these coffees and croissants and stuff, and he's like, "Hey guys, look who I found down the street! It's Hare Krishnas!" And he comes in front of all of these Hare Krishnas, and they're all like, "Hare Krishna!" Up, and he's like dancing around with them and everything. And he's handing out coffees and croissants to you guys.
So I imagine, and in this case, you, Patrick, like can like narrate how you see this happening, especially. Why do you think you achieve your goal? What do you do that impresses the teacher enough that she's going to give you the promotion?
So it's not the fact that I somehow stopped this protest, because it's obviously this lady's going to protest, and now we have Hare Krishnas in here. I think it's the fact that I get her to buy something. Like, I think she's so naive that she actually buys that airbrush picture from the store.
So
it's like the first sale of the day.
Yeah. So yeah, see, basically it's a cross, and she thinks that probably like it is unsightly that cross should be in a place such as this. So yeah, she's going to buy it, but she says, "This is all very well and very nice, but I don't think you really people have accepted God in your heart. You all people need Jesus, especially those weird guys dancing around." So I think we'll be seeing each other again to later today, and all the members of the Mothers Against Satanic Music as well.
Yeah. Just let me bag that for you real quick. And like I see Teach, and like Teach has been like hiding in the back, and she's like peering around the corner at me having this conversation with this woman.
Yeah.
And I had
you like
she sees me like selling something. I'm like, showing her the money.
Amazing. And yeah, this lady leaves. Okay, so as a result of this, you mark one that you are closer to your goal. So mark one in your let me see how it is in the character sheet. Yeah, in your blah 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 goal. Yeah, goal progress 1, perfect. And as a result of this, I believe I think there's a complication. Let me check. Yeah, if your die is lower, if you end the scene with a losing dice, you draw a trouble card to see what trouble escalated as a result of this scene. So basically, some new trouble. Take out a card.
Okay. So I do this even though I won the dice roll, or
you lost the other dice roll,
Yeah.
right? Because like you had 2 rolls, but you only had 1 die, so the other one was default.
You achieved your objective, but the scene itself, you lost it.
okay. So draw a card. Ace of Diamonds.
Diamonds. Okay. So that's money. So money is now at 2. What just happened has caused some money problem. What do you think it could be? Because you just made a sale. So something else must have happened as a result of all this.
I think like maybe not directly caused, like that last scene didn't directly cause this, but I think maybe beforehand this fundamentalist group like knew like a building inspector and like sent the building inspector in and like found something that needed to be fixed in the thing because it's not safe for a public building.
So yeah, so the pipes are broken. Someone needs to fix them, and of course you have to pay for it.
Yeah,
what?
there's
It's
like a leak.
totally. Yeah, you know what it should be, that I lived in a house like this once. The pipes, the electricity and the plumbing are interacting with each other in a way that they shouldn't. So whenever you touch a tap, you get a small electric shock.
Love it. That's what it is.
So yeah, that is now happening, and that's something you'll have to deal with. And we're going to go to the next scene, which I think it will be with Eddie. So Eddie, you are like dancing around with the Hare Krishnas, and the teach walks up to you and taps you in the shoulder.
I'm like, yeah, teach. So still dancing around. What's up?
She does a little bit of dancing because she's cool. But also she seems a little bit worried. She says, so we have a problem. We have to pay for someone to repair the pipes, and I don't exactly have enough money right now. And if we don't fix them, they're going to close the shop before the big shot even comes. So that's a thing that's happening now. I was hoping you could do something about it.
Oh,
anything.
Anything. Edwin looks totally unworried by this situation. He's like, yeah, we'll work something out. But no worries, we'll sort it out for sure.
Great. So I leave it up to you.
Also, did you get a haircut? You look so lovely today.
Well, thank you very much. You look very lovely as well.
Thank you.
She goes away. Okay, so first of all, how are you going to face this challenge? Are you going to double down and go for it to try to solve it? Are you going to take a moment to work on one of your relationships, or are you going to shoot for your goal and try to balance things out?
My parrots seem to have woken up. Sorry about that. I think I'm surprisingly going to double down, just because Edwin doubling down is just him working at a regular pace. So he'll work at his normal pace on trying to solve this problem. And I think I've got the perfect way of going about it. It's foolproof.
Okay.
Which is Mike, the homeless guy that I let sleep in the shop.
Okay.
He totally used to be an electrician. Well, he told me that he used to be an electrician.
I mean, an electrician, a cook, a policeman.
Yeah, he's had heaps of jobs. So, and he's busking like across the road right now, right? So all I would have to do is, like, he'd probably even do it for free.
Maybe. So what do you tell him?
I think I'm like, back in an hour, guys. I'll walk out of the shop to go across the road, and I think I go and buy a packet of smokes from the corner store, and sit down with Mike and take one smoke out and start smoking it and throw him the rest of the packet. He's like, yeah. And I think I'm just like, hey Mike.
What's up, man?
Hey, you know how I always let you sleep in the shop?
Well, yeah, you do. We have our deal, right?
Yeah.
You let me sleep in the shop, and I don't tell you that you sleep there as well.
Yeah. He laughs nervously. Yeah. So you know all those jobs you said you did? Did you really do all of them, or were you?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Whatever I told you, it was true. Whatever it was, absolutely true.
Okay, great. So you want to come over and do some rewiring of the electricity in the shop with me? It's all the plumbing's live, and we're gonna get closed down, which means you will have nowhere to sleep.
Well, you make a very good point. Can I get a smoke?
Yeah, keep the pack, man. It's cool.
So yeah, he takes the pack, and she gets one out and starts smoking as well. And he said, "Okay, let's do this. What is that pipe or thing? Electricity. Let's fuck it up, or fix it. Whatever you want me to do."
Yeah, okay, come on. This is the bell dings, and Edwin comes in with Mike and starts heading towards the what do you call that thing with the circuit? No, wait, what is it? The fuse box?
Yeah, I am. So unless you want to do like something else, I guess you'll both start working on it, and we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, sure.
So since you double down, you do get an extra dice to roll this time. And I only rolled one, so you actually don't have. You have a pretty nice chance. Let me clear this.
Maybe
so
Mike wasn't lying, or maybe he was.
We'll find out. So I'm going to roll my dice. That's a 5.
Oh no, Mike. Okay. I'm gonna roll 2 of these d6. Boop. Damn it, Mike.
Oh. So yeah. This doesn't go well. He may have at some point worked as an electrician or plumber, but there's probably a reason he doesn't anymore. He like starts like screwing around, opening things, like cutting cables, connecting other cables with each other, like exposing one of the pipes and knocking at it, and like, but the end of it, well, take a card. Let's see what happens.
Where is the? How do I draw a card?
There's like a card. Like
yeah, cards.
So
put
one in it, I think.
Yep.
Just submit. Submit.
Oops, that seems to be
that's a token. The next one, I think.
Ta-da! Great one, Mike. That's a 4 of hearts.
The morale. Okay, so how does this affect the morale of the people in the shop?
Well, I think probably the power's out for a while, right? While we're messing around with all this stuff, so there's no music or anything playing. But I think maybe now, well, he didn't fix the problem either, right? So
yeah,
I think maybe now, like all of the switches and stuff in the, like you turn on this light switch and now that one goes on, or like you turn the light switch on and the music turns off because all of the wires are crossed, and it's just making everyone wig out, I guess, and they're probably all angry with me, right?
Probably. So yeah, it's
I'm like, why Mike, Eddie? Anybody, why Mike?
He was an electrician and he was right across the road.
Yeah, and supposedly he was a jet pilot too. Do you realize how many jobs Mike said that he's had in his life?
Hey, I did watch a jet pilot. I think. Was it a movie? Did I used to play volleyball? I don't know, man. They just were weird. So yeah, people are annoyed with the electricity. It's not as much that it's not working. It's just that it's super annoying. Things are going on and off, like, and it's really stressful to work. Okay. So next, electricity. Have I increased the number, community, money, morale? 2. There we go. So next, Erica. So I think after all of this chaos, the teacher takes you aside and she says, Erica, can I talk with you for a second, honey?
Of course, Teach. What's up?
So things are a little bit hectic right now, and I'm busy getting everything ready for the event tonight, and everyone is a little bit stressed out because, well, and see just around as one of the lights turns on and off constantly, and the music sounds like all distorted. And she says, I was wondering if, like, you're so young and full of life and creativity and all that good stuff. I was wondering if you could do, I don't know, something to light the mood up, like make things a little bit like more cheery.
Cheery.
Yeah. You're good at that, right? You are an artist. Your artists are known for being really happy, right?
You just hear the sound of the fluorescent light bulb like trying to turn on. Like it's super awkwardly silent.
Well, you figure it out, I'm sure.
Sure thing, boss.
By now, as he gives you like a pat in the shoulder. So yeah, how are you going to go about this? Do you want to go for it? Do you want to work on one of your relationships, which will help you later? One of the things that having a good relationship helps you with is that it can help give you an extra dice for your role later on.
Okay.
Or you can try to balance things out and pursue your goal as well as trying to fix things.
I think I will shoot for my goal.
Nice.
I don't know at all what to do about the lights and the electricity and stuff, but since we're gonna have this fool come in later for the signing, maybe I'll try to make like a banner or like a background that we can put behind the signing table to try to like increase the sort of just aesthetic experience of being there. And since boss wanted me to make it cheery, I'm thinking it's unicorns and like it's still very kind of like shroomed out kind of fantasy realm, but there's rainbows and fairies and unicorns, and like I tried my best to make it happy feeling.
I imagine if you're trying to get a gig, which is your objective, you are probably like putting your name and your phone like very big letters.
Oh yeah, the signature is big at the corner.
Nice. And you had like a few of your like sketches around for people to pick up.
Yeah, yeah. If we're so as part of it too, there's just like a folding table where Roxy's gonna sign stuff. I just kind of have a stack of business cards over on the corner.
Nice, nice. So yeah, you're just going to put a lot of work into trying to make this look nice and cheery, but also like sell your shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you want to role play anything about anything else? Do you want to?
I think it would be sort of like a montage scene, like some music's playing. I'm gonna
select something that would be great.
On real quick. And I'm in the back room with the compressed air tank and like the airbrush thing, and it keeps spitting out because the electricity is freaking out. So even though I'm trying to make a nice looking thing, it's very sloppy and kind of intense looking. But I kind of lean into it, and then I start taking brushes and I'm like splattering paint over the whole thing and like smearing it with my arm. I don't like clean it off. I'm just gonna walk out with all the dried paint on my arm. And Time Bomb's playing, and she's kind of just like getting into it a little bit too, like helping that channel that energy into the painting.
Amazing. Let's see how it goes. Maybe for sure you are going to make something super cool, but let's see if it's like the appropriate thing of just start like painting dragons devouring childs or like whatever, something like
that. So I guess it sort of goes without saying that I'm rolling to shoot for the goal and not for the task of cheering things up.
So yeah, in that case, that battle is lost. You probably are like Satan is riding one of the unicorns. Or something like that.
Love it. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to roll my dice.
Okay,
I roll my dice.
I think just as a little bit of flavor that Edwin would definitely be like hanging around a lot while all these paintings going on, and like trying to like bother you with different ways that we could collaborate on various like poetry and artworks and
and just to see what Sven's doing, like while this montage is going on and Time Bomb's playing, it's like Sven's just like nodding his head and just constantly just still doing homework, like he's in way too many classes.
Perfect. So I'm going to roll my dice, and I still only have one. Luckily for you, a 3. Not bad. And now you roll one die.
It was 6.
Nice. I got them 6. So how does it look, your masterpiece, your final opus?
It definitely looks awesome. Like you said, it's not inherently cheery, but there's like this, the unicorn is like, it's almost aggressive. It's like coming at the viewer, and you see the horn, and it's painted in a way that it almost feels like you're about to be impaled by the unicorn. Like it's almost a little bit scary even. And then all of the rainbow stuff, instead of just being like a nice scenery, it's kind of like old blacklight posters. So it's all wavy and trippy. And there's you can kind of see like warped faces in some of the like rainbow streaks and stuff. It looks like it would be a really weird metal album cover, but it does not look cheery, and it does not look appropriate when it's stationed behind Roxy's autograph table.
So yes, you put this up there, and like everyone sees that, it's like, oh god, what is even that? Oh god, we are doomed. We are doomed. This is going to go to hell. It looks cool, Joe.
I just like flash the horns, and then you can see all the like paint on my arm.
Nice. So Mark, you one advance towards your goal for sure, but you failed the task. So take a card to see how this gets worse.
Okay, cards. Six of spades.
That's
The boss.
the boss. Ooh,
And that makes a lot of sense.
yes, absolutely.
This painting is great in the chat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that Teach is not pleased with my approach to cheering up the place. Maybe she like loses her cool with me a little bit. Like,
yeah. I think she looks at the and she for a while she's not able to say anything. She's like because she's trying not to be angry and not to be mean, but like she's becoming really angry. You can tell she's like, this is not exactly what I asked for. I wasn't thinking about this kind of thing. I mean, like, what is wrong with that unicorn horn? Like, that's not how it's supposed to look. Like, I mean, I appreciate the art. You know, I like it, but I don't think this is appropriate at all for today. I think, oh God, I think I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to go to the back and rest for a bit. I'm feeling a little bit. I don't know. So yes, it's like everything is a little too much for her.
And I just like have the paintbrush tucked behind my ear and just like looking at the painting, like, job well done. I nailed it.
Nice. So that's the end of the first act, which means at the end of an act, if I remember correctly, I get to draw another card to increase the trouble. Let me blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to draw a card. Sorry. And let's figure out what that means. So that's heart. That's morale. So, and we can figure this out together between everyone. What do you think is the next trouble that hits the morale of the group? And at this point, the morale level has reached 3, which starts to become serious.
Can it be is it too early for the mothers against satanic music to start showing up?
That will be community, I guess.
Yeah, right.
I think for morale, it's like the fact that Teach is like having a truly shitty day. So like perhaps like Teach is the glue that keeps the three of us working together, and like now we're not even working together. It's just like we're each doing our own thing.
Yeah, it's very disjointed and like
nobody's helping the customers.
Yeah, we're not even like on the best day there's no customers, but the three of us kind of hang out, and like right now we're not even kind of talking or hanging with each other or just all at the shop.
Yeah, it's like we're not even trying.
Like awkward and tense.
Yeah, like
I'm still hanging out with everyone, but they're
Yeah,
just finding me super annoying.
Yeah, like the fact that the Teach has kind of given up a little bit and it's like in the back on her own, like I don't know, like crying or whatever, or like I think it hits all of you a little bit. So that's the end of Act 1. And when in the next scene, I have to do this properly. In the next scene, you hear some commotion outside of the shop, and you hear the door open, and someone who enters, who goes inside and says, "I'm here." And I imagine no one like acknowledges them or anything. He's just like,
I think we'd all look over, but like nobody makes a sound.
I think maybe like Mike is standing behind him, and Mike's like, "Woo!"
And he looks at you and they say, "Hell yeah, Roxy is here." Okay, and like since you have said something to them, she looks at you and said, "Okay, where is my hamster?"
Sorry, what?
Yeah, he's looking at. They are looking at Eddie specifically, and they are saying, "My hamster. I sent it before me. He has to be with me, otherwise I cannot perform."
Oh, you were saying hamster. I just thought I was imagining that. Yeah, your hamsters. Your hamsters here.
Yeah, bring it to me.
Yes, I'll be right here with you. What's your hamster's name again?
Doris.
And what color is your hamster? And does it have any unique markings?
He's black and has a white stripe on the back.
Do you have a photo of your hamster in your wallet to show me? We have a lot of hamsters out the back.
If you say so. And he takes out his wallet and takes out like a photo of a hamster, and it's like a photo of him with a hamster, like, and there's like a heart drawn over it.
Yeah, I grab the photo and run into the back room.
Okay, so what are you going to do? How are you going to approach this to begin with?
Well, first I'm going to ask Teach if we have a freaking hamster here.
The answer is obviously, she's like, a what?
Shit! Oh no, Teach, there's meant to be a hamster here. Shit! I got a photo of the hamster.
I mean, I get the delivery guy comes very early. I imagine you if he had come, you had seen him. You were opening the shop today, right?
Shit. Edwin just runs out across the road to Mike. He's like, Mike. Oh, he almost gets hit by a car running across the road.
Yeah.
He's like, Mike.
He's like, what? Dude, whatever happened to the shop, it wasn't my fault.
Do you have a hamster?
A what?
A hamster. Do you have the hamster?
Like one of those small rats?
Yeah, do you have this hamster? Where is the hamster, Mike?
Oh, that thing.
Yes, the hamster. Where is the hamster? We need the hamster now.
Was that yours?
Yes, it's a very important hamster. What happened to the hamster, Mike?
I mean, I gave it to I sold it to a kid for some pot.
Shit. Oh no, what kid?
I don't know. Like this tall, looks so fancy and shit. It's called something like Declan or some bullshit like that. And
Shit.
you do know Declan. Like, this is the most annoying kid ever. Like, he's super rich, and he comes to the shop basically just to get some weird albums so then he can prove to all the kids how cool and knowledgeable and culture he is. But he doesn't know shit about music. He's like a complete poser.
Okay, my plan is to run around the neighborhood yelling out for Declan.
Are you going to double down, take a moment, or pursue your goal?
Oh, man.
Maybe it's time to, take a moment, talk with your friends. Yeah, sure, this solve itself out.
Yeah, this doesn't seem that serious. I guess I'll go take a moment with my friends.
Sure. So
I know where the hamster is, right? I know who's got the hamster. It's cool.
yeah. You just tell Mike to sort it out, and you're sure he'll do it for sure.
Yeah, totally. That's what the plan is. I'm like, hey, Mike, you go get that hamster back. That was not your hamster. That's not part of the deal. You don't sell things that arrive at the shop while I'm sleeping.
Sure, man. Like, don't worry. I'll sort something out. Do you have another?
But you smoked I gave you a whole pack.
Yeah, dude. I sold it.
Oh, I'll get you another pack of cigarettes when you bring the hamster. How's that for a deal?
I see you're a man of sense. Very well. I'll see you around.
Mike.
So he walks off. And who are you going to talk with? What relationship are you going to try to figure out?
I think I will. Yeah. There was an old woman who followed a fly. Yeah, I think I'm going to. Everything's cool with Erica. She loves me. Mm-hmm. She's totally going to collaborate on an art project with me. So I'll sort out my relationship with Sven right now. I'll make everything cool with Sven.
If I could add in just the fact that perhaps this whole time that you ran out the door to go get with Mike, that Roxy is still standing at the front door in the same pose.
Yeah. And just kind of awkwardly at the register too. And I'm like, that's a nice portrait. Like the photo that he had of the hamster. It's great composition.
Thank you. So
did you have a professional take that photo?
No, I'm that good, man.
Wow, that's I'm an artist too. That's pretty cool.
You say so.
He invented the selfie.
Anyway, so you Eddie, so you walk to shop and you're going to talk with Sven?
Yeah, man.
Sven, what are you doing right
now? I'm sorry, what? I thought he was gonna work with Erica on this one.
No, everything's cool with Erica. Well, I think it is. I'm gonna sort things out.
Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah, so Sven's there and it is just just eyeballing Roxy what the fuck is this guy's deal? Why is he still standing there?
Okay, awesome. So while you're doing that, Edwin comes up and slowly starts taking all of your homework.
Hey, dude, what are you doing?
He's like, dude, you just need to chill. Man, you're trying to do too much.
Look, man, I mean, it's due tomorrow. I gotta, you can't just take it from me. I gotta finish it.
Yeah, but man, you just fail. Just flunk out of it. It's cool. We all fail at stuff all the time.
I can't flunk out.
Yeah, why?
If I flunk out, then I won't be able to get a better job, and I'll be stuck working in, not very nice record stores for the rest of my life.
Oh man, it's cool here though. You should quit. You should. Quitting's cool. Look at me.
Really, Edwin? Come on. That's all I say. I don't elaborate.
Yeah. Well, how about if you just fail this one subject? Because it seems like you got a lot of subjects to pass. Sometimes you just got to know when you've got too much on.
Edward, I can't fail at anything. It's just, it's so hard for me to I can't even imagine trying to fail something.
Yeah.
Okay, well look. And he starts scrunching up the assignment you've been working on.
No, wait,
He's
stop,
like,
stop. What are
"No,
you doing?
You're just gonna have to fail, friend. I'm doing you a favor.
I've been working on
Here
that
we
half the
go.
morning. No, stop.
No, this is the one you're gonna fail. Just
Did you
trust
find the
me.
hamster? Give me my
Trust
homework
me."
back. I say it out loud and I look over. Yeah, I scream it out loud and like I look over at Roxy.
Roxy is like, so you are an artist, you say? What's with your look then? She's like making conversation with
Yeah, it's often
Erika.
the worst small talk.
Yeah. Are you sure? So do you do pictures and shit? And so, but yeah, he doesn't like really get what is going on.
I feel like I'm trying to make the relationship better and making it way worse. Yeah, okay, I continue screwing up the assignment, and I'm holding it out of your reach. And I put it in the sink and pour water over it and get slightly electrocuted.
It's like, haha, oh shit.
Yeah, I'm like, see, do you feel better now? Yes.
No, I don't feel better. And like, yeah, like Sven's
No,
like, oh, go ahead, Lou.
You're gonna fail. It's fine.
I'm not gonna fail, damn it. And like Sven's like closing up his books and putting them back in the book bag and like storms towards the back of the store.
And so that is that, we could say. And now you get a little bit of extra time to get back to your task and try to do something about it, but very little because you have spent most of your time.
So I totally made that relationship cool now, though, right?
I think it depends on the role, doesn't it?
No. This is up to you. This is up to the players.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think.
Right.
I truly think that Sven is very pissed off at Edwin for.
Okay, I'm gonna write double not cool.
I think Ed maybe thinks that they helped. Like destroying that homework will make Sven see the light.
Yeah, it was tough love.
Yeah.
Like and like Sven just pulled out like a fresh piece of paper and is like starting the work all over again.
Okay, so and this is when Mike comes back, and we'll see how it goes. So this time I believe I rolled 2 dice. Yep. Yep. And you only roll 1.
Hooray!
Let me. Yep. That's a 6. The best you can do is get
roll
the
a
same.
7 on a 6-sided dice. You watch me. Here I go. It's about to happen. It would be great if there was a glitch in Roll for Your Party right now.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Damn it, it's a 4.
Okay.
The hamster's dead, isn't it?
I afraid so. The Mike comes back and he has this this box, this not jail, like the things where they used to put the like animals, like
I like a jail. Let's go with that. It's a tiny animal jail.
Yeah, like a box, and he's like, dude, I got your hamster. But I don't know. I think he's dead or something.
Oh man,
and that's when Rox is like, the what?
No, this is
what
not your hamster. Not yours. This is a different. Definitely a different hamster.
That's Dory's box. What is that? What is this low life doing with Dory?
Oh no!
And he goes and takes the box and it's open. It's like, Dory, Dory, what is happening to you? What has happened to you? Oh my god! Your beautiful hair. Oh god! Oh god! What did they do to you? And we don't never like see the inside of it. Like we never see it. But we just see the face of our proxy, like, oh god, Dory, you monsters. And I think let's see what happens next. So draw card.
You're so screwed.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what is that? The boss. Oh god. Oh, the teeth. I think I don't know what you think, but I think the boss. She finally loses it. Like she just walks. Like he has just been able to compose herself. She walks out of the bag, ready to take things, like face everything, takes everything under control, and then she sees what is going on. She sees like Roxy, like, oh, my hamster, my poor Dory is dead. And she's like, what has happened? What have you done? What are you doing? Why are you trying to ruin my shop? Do you want me to go out of business? Do you want me to die in the street? Do you want me to end up like Mike?
Mike's like the door's open. Mike's like, I heard that.
Mike is like, whatever. And yes, he's like, oh god, everything is going to hell. I'm going to lose the shop. And she like storms out the shop. Okay. Erica.
Yeah.
I think your job, even if no one is going to tell you explicitly, is to make Roxy calm the fuck down and not like, I don't know, and stop crying over their dead hamster and compose themselves and not like get out of here, like and kick you in the dirt.
Yeah, I think it's been pretty well established that Roxy and I don't have the best rapport together
Now,
but I can like see clearly that he's pretty wrecked, and I think my solution is.
Are you going to double down, take a moment, or shoot for your goal?
I will call this doubling down, I think, but my plan is to make a drawing or painting for Roxy of the photo that he showed of him holding the hamster. I'm gonna make like a cool fantasy image of that. I probably will just draw like a pen drawing because I don't think I should take like 2 hours to do a painting. But sure. I'm just like sort of listening to him cry, and I'm not really paying attention. Just kind of like, yeah.
He's telling the stories like, oh, I've had him since the 80s, man. He has been with me all this time, which is biologically impossible, but all through all this time, going to parties, to the yacht, to Hollywood. That one time,
Yeah,
I don't
man.
know how we're going to be able to go on without him.
That's funny.
Like, how
Like-
is that funny?
That's not what I meant. I misspoke. That's awful.
Of course it's awful. It's my fucking hamster, and it's dead.
Yeah. And then I just like tear it out of my binder and I kind of like shove it into his chest, like not even kind of gracefully present it. So he has to like acknowledge this.
And like he takes it and like he's like, what the fuck is this?
I think maybe I should roll right now to see before he decides if it's cool or not.
Did you say anything before that? Any kind of?
No, I was just pretending to listen to his laments, but I was. So this is a surprise, like full on. I'll just do a quick drawing of this hamster, and maybe that will pacify him long enough that we can move on.
Okay.
Also, kind of, she's like I said before, a little bit detached. So she maybe doesn't know like the right words to say, and this is just how she can communicate with people.
Cool. So let's do it. This time I'm going to roll 3 dice.
3? Okay.
Yep. You roll 2, so
Okay.
I'm going to roll mine. Oh god.
Okay.
6.
All right. I've got 2 dice.
I'm not looking great.
Submit.
Believe in you. No. Oh god. Why? What it is about like it just makes it worse somehow.
Yeah, I think it just it's like a photo real drawing of the hamster, but that just sort of makes the memory
God.
of the loss.
You draw the hamster post death with the entrails spill around and like
That's it.
Oh god. Let's draw a card.
And I just say something to remember by.
To remember so you always remember what happened. Yeah, draw a card.
We got a Jack of Diamonds, which is the money.
Oof, the money. Well, I think. Well, I'm going to increase it. Oh shit! Is everything? Everything is at 3 right now. Shit.
Yeah.
So I think what happens is that this guy is a professional somehow. So he's not. They are not going to like leave the shop, but they are a mess right now. Like they're crying, their
all these
makeup,
mascaras running.
yeah. Like every time, like we are going to kind of move on. Like the next time we come back, he's like people are lining up for them to sign the albums and all that. But like they are crying in the middle of it every time someone comes to get a sign. They're like telling their stories about their hamster and like he was so he was so cute, man, so fucking cute. What do you want? What do you want? And like harassing the customers and like people are leaving. So not
Yeah, I think
enough.
there's some like older metalhead dudes that are in line waiting for the signing, and when they see Roxy crying, they're just like, "I don't want this anymore," and they just leave before they pay.
Yeah. So the sales are not going great. So it is up to Sven to sort this mess up. Sort this mess out. I think you have to figure out a way for people to buy shit, like enough to save the shop.
So that's
We're
my
just
job.
going to have to burn the shop down for the insurance money now, right?
It might burn down on its own with all these cross wires. So my job is to like try to sell stuff or to try to get Roxy calmed down.
I mean, your job is to get money for the shop. How do you do that? By like trying to get Roxy to act properly or to by any other means is up to you.
I think I go back to the office where Teach, usually hangs out most of the day, but's not back there. And like back there, there's a guitar and an amp, and I bring it out front, and like I grab like some of the Hare Krishnas that are still like hanging around in the shop. They're just like milling around by like the listening stations, and like I convinced them. I'm like, listen, guys, we gotta get some energy back in here. It's like being in a funeral, I mean, you would swear somebody died, and like when I say you swear somebody died, you hear Roxy in the background. I go, my hamster, and so I'm like, we gotta get some energy back in this place, and I grab like a stapler, and I'm gonna like pretend use it as a microphone, and I play one of Roxy's like old songs from the 80s. And it's like got a like particularly, bouncing riff to begin with. And I look at Roxy and I kind of like try to hand him the guitar because I want Roxy to just jam out.
This is actually like so sweet and awesome. Like just chiming in it. This is so actually cool to do to another person. I know it's just a story, but whatever.
Yeah, your hamster died. You are traumatized. Now play for us.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I now rolled 4 dices. Oh Jesus!
Wow, it gets worse.
Yeah. And you are not cool with anyone yet. So you only rolled 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, this is going too hard.
There's another 6 there.
Yep.
No, I rolled snake eyes. So how bad is it?
I've rolled a 6.
Yeah, I rolled snake eyes.
Really? Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh. I mean, it's going to be really bad. Take a I think. Roxy like goes for to take the guitar like half like like very confused, like barely seeing where they're going. Like takes the guitar and attempts to play a riff, but they're crying and they're like confused, and they stumble over the chord of the guitar, and they fall over Erica's painting, and like they took it down, and he falls on the table, and the table breaks, and people are like push out like, oh God. And like he probably like I mean not breaks, but like it gets hard, or like he's in the floor like crying out of pain and like lost. And then it gets worse.
Yeah, let me draw this card. It's clubs.
What is that?
Clubs is community. Oh, now the protesters show up.
I mean, yes. Yes. You all start like, now that the music is out, you all start hearing like the voices of the people outside, like, kick Satan out of town, kick Satan out of town, kick Satan out of town. While Roxy's crying and like people are and like storming out and everything is falling apart. And I think that's the end of the second act. And now I draw another card. So let's clear this out. How are things going to get even worse than this? Holy crap.
I don't know. It's just like, let's see what Mike does next.
Yeah. Don't blame Mike. Money. I mean, this is obvious. Like, you missed your only chance to get money to save the shop. People stormed out. They didn't buy enough CDs. You probably now have to repair the shop, what was broken, on top of everything else. So yeah, things are looking pretty bad. And I want to see what Eddie is going to do now. I think the teach comes back like this is a couple of hours after the big event. After things die down and the teach comes back, and she finds all the mess and looks around like she's like walking through the middle of Vietnam, like the hope lost in her eyes, and I think she's ready. She's done. She's done, man. She obviously doesn't have anything else to do. She's like, this is the end, boys. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Like, I shouldn't have put so much pressure on top of you. I should have take care of things myself. I this is all my fault. I've done everything wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You've lost your jobs as well. I'm sorry. And yeah, Eddie, do you think how are you going to cheer up the teach? That's your job.
Jesus. How will I how would Eddie cheer the boss up?
So are you going to double down, take a moment, or shoot for your objective? Your goal.
I haven't tried to pursue my my goal yet, and I'm probably just about to lose my job, so I guess I'll do that.
Yeah, fuck it. So okay.
Yeah. I think what Eddie said is like, it's cool. We can just all we can just start a band together. We'll all be in a band, an awesome band. We'll go on a tour. We'll get really big and famous. I'll write the words. We all look awesome. I mean, Sven, you probably manage the band because.
Yeah, whatever you say, Eddie. I'll manage the band.
Yeah, that's right. And it will be awesome. Right, Erica? Awesome. We'll all be in a cool band.
Yeah. You can use my van that's got a wizard painted on the side. I think it'll catch some eyes and you'll get some attention.
Sick. And I think he just gives Teach a really nice hug.
I mean, I'm seeing here. Well, this could be the like pursue your goal or take a moment. Really.
We'll change it to take a moment, because the whole actually doing the band thing is totally stupid. Like, I don't want that to work.
Sure.
So let's say that I think maybe I liked that actually Erica not being an asshole. So let's say I'm trying to make things cool with Erica.
Yeah, I think I kind of realized that I always just thought you were kind of a dipshit, but now I realize that you're like, you mean well and you just don't know how to do it. Like, obviously I know you're not going to start a band, but like you're doing it to make Teach feel better, so I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now things are cool between us, right?
I'd say so.
Nice. So things are cool with her, and I still you still have some time to try to cheer up the boss, the Teach. How are you going to do that? Half-heartedly?
I think I don't, because things are pretty like dire right now, right? Like the shop's screwed. I think maybe I don't know how to actually do this articulately, so I'll just say what he says, and you can imagine that it's a good thing. That I think he goes on a big rant about the music industry and how it's probably how it's all fucked up, and look at this idiot we have to have in the shop to even try and make things work, and maybe it's a good thing to get out now anyway. Like, is this a place you really want to be anymore?
I want to kind of encourage Eddie too, and I'm gonna be like playing like mouth guitar, just be like na 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 na, and like pretending that this anti-music industry speech are the lyrics to our band's new song,
Yeah,
and like
cool.
kind of just really hamming up to try to get the Teach to laugh or something.
Yeah, so in that case, it's actually delivered as a as really bad white guy rap.
Oh God!
But in an endearing way.
Just keeps getting worse.
Like, it's so bad that it's funny and dumb. Hopefully, if I roll well, otherwise it's just really bad.
Yeah.
Which it's
Okay.
probably going to be.
Okay, so I'm going. Do you want me to roll now? Is it okay for you?
Yeah, I think that's good.
So I still roll 4 dices. I got a 6 again.
What the?
I mean, I'm rolling 4 dices. Like,
You got it, buddy. Don't worry.
You can tie, and tying is not that bad.
I'm rolling 1 dice.
Yes, I believe so.
Would it be 2 because he made a relationship cool, or
no? The way it works, I just checked. The way it works is that if in a future scene he could re-roll a dice if you help him.
Okay, cool.
So I get to re-roll because I'm getting helped with air guitar if I don't roll a 6.
Yeah. Basically.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna roll my first one. 2. Okay, and here's my re-roll for getting guitar help. It's gonna be another 2.
Oh,
Doomed.
I think the teacher is like, yeah, you're right. the music industry has no place for me anymore. All my work all these years was for nothing. I wasn't a fool. I wasn't going to achieve anything. Music is dead. I should have seen this before. Oh God, I think I need to lie down. Draw a card. Okay, hard. That is morale. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it seems pretty clear we're all about to lose our jobs.
Yeah.
Like more than ever. It's obvious.
Yeah. It's like nothing we do to try to help. Like we can't do nothing right.
So so I think at this point, the Roxy comes out of the bathroom where they were crying and probably snorting cocaine, and and he's like, he opens the door and he's like, "I'm back, motherfuckers! You motherfucking hamster killing son of a bitches! And I'm going to break this whole place down for killing my hamster." And Sven, and he starts like knocking things around, like pushing throwing the albums, kicking shit, and Sven, nice. Yeah, this is the perfect song. Sober by Tool. Yeah, he's like throwing shit around. Sven, what are you going to do? You have to stop this guy.
Oh man.
Or you can ignore them. Like at this point.
No, I mean I feel bad enough as it is. Now it's just like out of control. Like I'm probably thinking I'm not gonna get that promotion now. This is just terrible. I think let me look. I think I'm gonna go with yeah, I think I'm just gonna double down this because I think that's just the pragmatic thing that Sven would do. Like do his absolute best to try to handle this situation. And
how are you going to do that?
like I think I'm gonna go get like some coffee and like something to eat for Roxy to maybe just bring him away from the people and like try to get him to calm down, and then like maybe we can like reset the event and try to get, you know, people back signing albums, buying albums so that he can sign them. So like I'm just gonna try to sit Roxy down and like kind of calm him down and get him out of his cocaine stupor.
Okay, so what do you what do you say to them?
So like, yeah, I say, I tell,
like, fuck this, I'm especially this shit. Why is this Christian music bullshit?
So yeah, like I stand up and I'm like, I'm sorry, folks. Roxy is just a little tired. It was a long trip here. Give us about 5 minutes and we'll be right back out and we'll continue with the album signing. Just please feel free to browse any of the records. Make sure you come back to your same places in line. And I like actually grab Roxy and I like pull like pull them back into the bathroom they just walked out of.
Okay, so you throw in there. He lands on the I don't know how they call it. He lands on the floor.
And I'm like, listen, nobody out there really cares. Really, they just want your signature so they can go home and tell their friends that they met Roxy. All right. Nobody out there gives a shit whether you die on this bathroom floor. So now listen, you need to go out there and make them remember you for a reason besides being a shithead.
I don't know, man. I've been a shithead for so long. I don't know if I can do anything else.
It doesn't mean you always...
Especially with all my fucking hamster.
Look, your hamster, we're sorry. We'll give it a nice funeral if you want. But that have to be tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
So, but right now, what we need you to do is be a fucking rock star, man. And not the asshole that just gets fucked up and acts the fool. I'm talking about be a rock star. Be badass.
Okay, man. I'll try. I'll do it for... I'll do it for him. He will have wanted me.
You remember your second album, man? You rocked people's faces off.
Yeah, man. That was good time. I didn't write any of that, but yeah, it was really good.
Awesome. So I guess we'll go to a roll to see how this works.
Yeah. Oh my god, like Roxy has become such a tragic figure. It breaks my heart. So I'm going to roll for dice again.
There's another 6.
Oh god.
All right. Let's tie. Come on.
You can roll 2 dice right now.
I got a 5.
Close. So bad. So I think he goes for the rock star. So I think he's like, yeah, man, I'm going to show. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, man, I'm going to show them what a fucking rock star looks like. Yeah. And he walks out and it's like, come on, motherfuckers, let's party. And he throws himself at the people. Like he gets out the door and like throws themselves at the people. He's like, you don't know who I am. I'm fucking Roxy, motherfuckers. You owe me respect. I'm a fucking god. Draw a card, please. Okay. So
yeah, I believe the protesters now see Roxy actually acting like a devil.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, it gets to 5. The protests become a riot.
Yeah.
Like and the people go crazy. Like, look at you! Look at that spawn of Satan! He's trying to corrupt the people of this town. Someone stop them!
Like the idea. Sorry, that the people who are actually there to see Roxy, when he comes out like that, they're like moshing down the aisles and stuff. Like they actually are kind of like possessed in that way, and it just ramps up the protesters' fuel.
Yeah, like one side of these people are going crazy, like breaking shit, like vandalizing the street, and at the other side there's the manifestation, like, oh my god, they're going to destroy the town, we have to stop them. And they start like, and basically like a huge riot is going to break out,
like hitting people with their placards and shit.
Yeah.
You see Sven come out of the bathroom and just like try to like lower his head and walk over to his book bag and like puts it on his shoulder and is like quietly trying to sneak out the back door. Like, yeah, I
totally reckon we see Mrs. Pinkerton like screaming in like a way that looks heaps like the fans of the, like, she's like like charging him with her with her placard.
So Erica,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
want to stop a riot, I guess, between the people of the town,
Oh boy.
or you can
Uh,
just fuck off and ignore them, or like I don't know, or take this opportunity to pursue your goal and sell them your art, maybe.
Like your art's so controversial it caused a riot. Claim the situation for your
I
own.
want to. Yeah, I want to get the like Polaroid camera that I have at like under the cash register or like in the cubbies in the back where we keep all of our stuff while we're working, and get some shots of the
Nice.
like the riotous act. Try to make sure that I'm getting photos with my painting in the background. So the unicorn is like charging through this kind of like panic of metalheads and old ladies, and just it's super tumultuous. So not only are these photos going to be like very good press for my paintings, but the photos themselves could go up as like part of an exhibition on like human nature or whatever. Like I'm definitely going to twist this to use it for my own benefit.
Yeah, like surprisingly, the old ladies are more violent. Like
Yeah, it looks
by
really
a-
intense on
like,
all sides.
the better are like moshing and like having partying, but then like all these crazy old ladies come charging on them with this like with the spikes and posters start hitting them, and they like have to like run away and for their lives. And yeah, let's see how that goes. So you are trying to balance things out. You are trying to get your dream become true, and and I mean, you're not trying to stop the riot, really, but I guess
No,
I
I
don't
think
know.
I might even like antagonize them a little bit to try to make it a little bit more extreme for the photos.
Nice.
Like an old lady would kind of be walking past me, and I'd be like, "Did you hear what he just said about you? I can't believe it. These people are mad." And like really kind of like stoking the fire.
Nice. So I believe you already pursued your goal once before, right?
Yes, yes.
That means you have an extra dice to roll.
Okay, cool.
So I'm going to roll, and we take my highest roll, and then
Yeah.
you roll, and you
Right.
decide which dice you are assigned to. So, for example, if one of your dice is above mine, you can say, "Oh, this goes to my goal," and the other thing goes to the riot, which doesn't succeed. That kind of
Sure.
stuff. So I'm going to clear this. And this is 4 dice I'm rolling right now. Nice.
There it is.
I gotta say,
No. Should I roll them separate or should I just roll two?
roll 2, and then decide which one goes where.
Okay. They're both gonna fail though, so yeah, it's arbitrary, right?
Yeah, like you felt. I think well, the riot basically spreads through town. Like it starts here, and then like extends. Police have to come from another county to stop this. And in the meantime, yeah, what happens? Why are you not able to capture this properly?
I think I'm using this is the 90s, so it's a film camera, and one of the kind of like riotous, I think it's funnier if it's one of the ladies with the signs that does it. Her sign like knocks the camera out of my hand, and the back of the back door of the camera swings open, and the film just like spools out and gets exposed to light.
Which is good because most of it was already full of Edwin taking photos of himself on your camera when you weren't around.
Of himself, some kind of self-image. Yeah. So yeah, you can't get your photos properly. The city goes to shit. There's riots in the street. Shops get vandalized. Yours not so much because it already looks vandalized. So people pretty much ignore it. So that's good. I think things eventually die down. People like police appears quite take control of the ladies, convince them to start breaking shit up. Things like get back to normal as the night, like goes through all the night, and we are like seeing how the sun is starting to come up, and I believe that's the end of the third act. And now we go to the epilogue, which but this means we have an opportunity to solve things yet. The shop closes if at least one of the troubles is 5 or more. Right now, only one of them is on 5. So if you can't reduce it, you can still save the town.
Sorry, should I have drawn a card at the end of my scene to make?
Sorry. At the end of this one, you don't. Oh,
okay.
Well, did you? Well, actually, you do. It is between us. Yeah, actually, you do.
Part of me likes to see the whole thing get destroyed, but part of me also wants to save it. So I'm not sure if I should or not.
Yeah, I think you have to. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Ace of Diamonds. So money.
How are you doing on money?
Well, I think we're going to have to pay a lot for the repairs post riot.
I mean, yeah, you said it. Like the shop is shit right now. It's not like the riots. Somehow you missed the worst of the riots, so it's not like a war zone right here. But it's only level 4, so still you only have to get rid of the community problem to be able to save the shop. So the epilogue is again a montage. Each of you gets to do 2 quick scenes telling like what you do after the events, and you have several options of things you can do. The epilogue. If of you can frame one scene, and you have several options, you can always things you can always do. You can always take a moment with another character, setting your relationship to cool. Succeed at a final task of your choosing. Resolve a writing task in any way you want. We didn't get any of those because you didn't get any tie. You just lost every roll, I think. Now, if both of your relationships are totally cool, or if you're accomplished your goal, you can additionally frame a scene from this special list. Your character reduces a stored trouble by 1. You share a consensual kiss with someone, or you shoot for your goal one last time. So let's do. If I think one at least, one of you got a promotion. We did establish that. So let's do the normal things first.
And sorry. I'm just like a little confused, like how like this plays out. So we come up with our own scenes, or
it's very basically frame, like tell me what happens. Describe small scenes with you in it while you're doing something very short, basically like an epilogue.
So, but mechanically, I don't think I have anything like on my character sheet that I accomplished. So that would just be like a regular scene.
You did accomplish your goal.
I think I only got 1. I didn't.
Yeah, but that like but you did roll like you did. If I remember correctly, you did succeed at your roll.
Right. I think on my first roll I did, yeah.
So you did accomplish your goal, even if you didn't mark all of the.
Oh, okay. That's where I was confused at. Sorry.
Yeah, that thing just lets you like roll more dices, I believe. So what I'm thinking is that each of you can frame one of the normal scenes, and then you can frame. You get to frame an additional one, the special one, and see what happens with the shop. So we can start with you, as we might as well start with you, Sven. You can take a moment with another character, setting your relationship to cool. Succeed at a final task of your choosing, and the other doesn't really matter. So one of those, and you like, and I'm going to start playing a song.
Okay.
To carry us over this.
So I think the scene that I'm gonna frame is I think it's gonna be a relationship scene between me and Eddie. Like I'm imagining like maybe like I'm like forgiving Eddie for being an asshole earlier.
You mean for giving you tough love?
Yeah. So like I imagine like this scene, we're in the shop and we're like cleaning up. Like maybe it's like, you know, maybe it's like almost dawn. Like it's so late that like the sun's about to break the next day. We've had to clean all this shit up from this madness that happened there. So I'm like, Eddie, look, man, I'm still really pissed at you about destroying my homework. And I'm gonna let you know I did finish it, but I hid it from you. But I think you're right. I think you're right about me doing too much.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry I wrecked you. I'm sorry I wrecked your thing, but I was just trying to help, but you know, look at how I helped here.
Well, I realized that myself because I think we all tried to do too much today, and look where we ended up.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
So yeah, I'd say that scene. Are we cool?
Nice. So we may as well now go with Eddie. What do you want to do? Finish a task or be cool with someone? I must say, I think you are already cool with one of them.
If I think it's cool both the other, now. Yeah.
You may get, I guess you could get another scene because I think, yeah, you had because you will have accomplished your goal.
Yeah, what sort of scene? Can it just be any? What am I?
So you can choose right now to do a scene to become cool with someone or to finish a task.
What tasks have we got?
Like fix the electricity in the shop.
Can the task be have a funeral for a hamster?
Sure, yeah.
I love it.
Describe it for us.
Okay, so I think later that day we meet Roxy like in the park, and the were there teachers there, some Hare Krishnas are there, Mike's there, and there's a tiny little grave in the ground with a hamster in it, and I think that Edwin reads. I don't have any poetry prepared. I think he actually ad libs some some poetry about the I guess how all good things have to come to an end. Yeah.
I think Roxy is there, and they say, "You are right. I think this is for me. I cannot go on without my hamster. I announce officially my retirement." I'm
My
sorry.
retirement tour. My final retirement tour.
My retirement tour all through the United States. Yeah. So yeah, you do that. And then Erica, what are you going to do? Do you want to finish a task or become cool with someone?
I'm gonna finish a task.
Mhm.
When I failed to ease Roxy's pain, I at the funeral, I think while he's sort of grandstanding and talking about their tour, just at the head of the grave, I put down this like 8x10 drawing that's like an actually appropriate one of the hamster, to sort of almost as a gravestone to sort of like commemorate their life.
Beautiful.
And hopefully Roxy this time appreciates it.
You see, they look at it, say nothing, but you see a single tear fall down their cheek.
Right.
Yes, my poor dead hamster tour 1998. Absolutely. And now for the final scene, Sven, you can reduce a store trouble by 1, which you could use to save the shop. You could share a consensual kiss with someone, which there hasn't been much build up to that. Shoot for your goal one last time.
I don't think Sven, even though like he does try to be the achiever, I think that Sven's gonna forego worrying about getting that promotion and instead worry about saving the shop. So I want to bring the community down. So you said as long as it's not 5, we're good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to drop the community thing down 1.
How are you going to do that?
I think what we do is like actually what I do is I set up like a fundraiser at the shop for the church of the, wherever this group came from. Like we set up like a fundraiser so specifically for the church.
Oh.
Maybe it could be a record signing for a Christian artist, so it's just the same.
Oh yeah, I
thing
think Roxy has become now a Christian metal act. They have found God after losing their hamster.
I love it. That's what it is. Roxy does a signing for his debut Christian metal album.
Yeah. So yeah, we see, like, describe it to us. This is the last scene. Like,
oh yeah, so like, yeah, you see, like, it's almost like mirrors the first scene of the where everybody was like coming into work and Mike's like creeping out the front door again in the morning and everybody's showing up at work and then it like kind of flashes a little bit and you see like a car pull up and you could absolutely tell it's Roxy. You can only see him from like the neck up, like their face and the sunglasses, and you're like, oh crap, this dude again is back. But then it scrolls down and he's like real cleanly dressed nice suit and tie, and has got like a gold chain on with a cross on it, and like he just seems he's walking with a confidence and like a happiness, and comes in and like greets Erica and like gives Eddie a hug, and like walks over and shakes Sven's hand, and like like sits down, and then it goes to the doors, and you see the doors open up, and it's like all these clean cut people coming into the shop.
I think that's where we end. Like, just the camera pulls out up into the sky as this church becomes smaller and smaller, and we see the town become small as well and disappear into the horizon. As we see the sky, and in the sky for a moment we see the image of Dory appear, looking at us from heaven, and that's where we got to black.
Love it.
And,
That's really fun.
that was Done the Man Save the Music.
Awesome.
I liked it. It's a pretty interesting game. I think the fact that we failed so badly, like in the middle, I think we we beat the dice on the first two scenes and then lost.
Yeah.
Ever since.
Like, I didn't realize how bad things would get. Like, by the end, you were,
Yeah,
Anyway.
Shit got out of control. Baby!
Yeah, I think our only saving grace in that was the fact that we kept drawing different suits of cards. So it wasn't like we had like multiple things with 5. It kept spreading out that problem between everybody.
But it made for a really cool story, because so many things were going on.
Yeah, like it felt like there was nothing we could do about it, because like so many areas were going wrong. Like
Yeah, but like the game is tuned, so even if like everything was going wrong, but at the end you had the chance to solve it.
Right. I do like that. But this one just seemed like it was just the downhill. Like, like when you think about story beats, when you think about story beats, it's supposed to be down and then up and then down and then up. But this was just like, all right, down. It was a true tragedy.
Yeah.
And you're right about Roxy being a tragic figure.
Oh my god! Like, now that I think about it, like they went through a whole like character journey. Like they had the whole character arc. It's amazing.
I still want to see the classic like end of the movie scene where the hamster's like hand comes up from like out of the ground right at the end of the like it was alive all along. It was just asleep. We never saw it.
Yeah. So I think that's it for us. I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you have as much fun as we did. And if you did, do check out this game by Hannah Schaefer. As you have seen, it's a lot of fun. And I think I'm going to cut down the stream right now. So bye everyone.